But these pedophiles had resources. They bought an island, and they took children there.
Jay-Z reportedly leaves U.S. as Epstein files spark questions. Hey, he probably went to the same place Russell Simmons is in Bali. But I know Jay-Z owns his own island too.
DL.
I've seen what they do. The ritualistic behaviors, the putting girls in the suitcases.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for what it means for mass incarceration?
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that.
DL Hughley is once again stepping into the fire, one of the few celebs bold enough to speak the truth out loud when everyone else stays quiet. He's calling out what others are too scared to even whisper. While names like Jaguar Wright and Kanye West were brushed off as crazy when they tried warning people about Jay-Z, DL is now hinting that maybe they weren't so far off after all. Because Jay-Z's name just popped up in the Epstein files, right beside his old buddy Harvey Weinstein, and suddenly, those wild-sounding warnings don't sound so wild anymore. Now people are starting to wonder if Jaguar and Kanye were just ahead of their time, and if the truth was right there the whole time, hiding in plain sight. What's really catching everyone's attention is how DL Hughley isn't playing it safe. While most celebs are staying completely quiet about anything connected to Epstein, DL is doing the total opposite. He's out here demanding that every single person named in those files be investigated. No passes, no exceptions. That's a bold move in an industry where silence usually rules. He even posted a message calling out how twisted the system looks right now, pointing out that more people have been arrested for interrupting a church service than for the dark crimes tied to Epstein. That hit a nerve with a lot of people because he's basically saying the justice system's priorities are upside down. But DL didn't stop there. He brought back old footage of a young woman who looked completely shaken and traumatized, Mexican model Gabriela Rico Jimenez. She went viral back in 2009, acclaiming she witnessed something terrifying in a profile party in Monterey that was allegedly linked to powerful elites in Epstein's circle. Back when Gabriela first spoke out, her claims were brushed off fast, and the whole story got buried like it never even happened. But now, with everything that's come out over the years, DL reposting that footage hits totally different. It's like he's asking how deep this Epstein mess really goes. Things get even darker though. Not long after that video of Gabriela went viral, she was suddenly arrested and then vanished. Nobody's seen her since. That mystery still gives people chills. Now, with all these big celebrity names suddenly showing up in the files, DL isn't holding back. He's calling out the fake morals and the double standards running through Hollywood and the music game. His message isn't just about who got named, it's about how quiet everyone suddenly got. He's basically saying the silence is loud because some people don't want to face the truth if it involves their favorite star. That kind of selective outrage really exposes how the industry operates behind closed doors. It's like people only care when it's convenient, and DL Hughley's not afraid to point that out. This isn't his first time shaking things up or saying something that makes everyone uncomfortable. When Jay-Z's name popped up in that lawsuit connected to one of Diddy's accusers, Jay-Z wasted no time dropping a long, polished statement. In it, he denied any wrongdoing, talked about his moral code, and emphasized how he's always stood for protecting children. It sounded like the perfect PR move, and a lot of fans bought it immediately, saying his words felt genuine. But DL wasn't buying it for a second. He reminded everyone that Diddy had also denied everything about Cassie, right up until that shocking hotel footage came out. DL's message was clear. Talk is cheap, and actions always tell the real story.
I think Jay-Z's tone was exactly, but see, I saw Puffy say the same and then a video came out.
Yeah. Now things are heating up fast around Jay-Z's name showing up in those files, and the rumors are flying wild. Some reports online are claiming that Jay-Z has already packed up and dipped out of the country. The gossip account Hoops Crave on X even posted that Jay-Z has reportedly left the US for an undisclosed location. That alone got people talking nonstop. Then Tasha K stepped in and stirred the pot even more. She pointed out that Jay-Z and Beyoncé just bought a brand new mansion in the UK, and the timing has everyone raising eyebrows. Tasha even wrote, Jay-Z is named in the Diddy files, Epstein files, and Weinstein files, but somehow he's the only one innocent. Guess that's why he's building a home in the UK, just like Russell Simmons built one in Bali. That post went viral instantly. And the thing is, Tasha isn't just guessing. Jay-Z and Beyoncé really have been making big moves overseas, which only makes the timing look even more suspicious to a lot of people. Back in December, several British outlets reported that Jay-Z and Beyoncé, the Carters, were planning to build a massive mansion in the Cotswolds and were already wrapping up the purchase of 58 acres of prime land. Now, maybe it's just a coincidence, but the timing definitely has people side-eyeing the situation hard. That's exactly why fans and reporters are digging deeper to figure out how Jay-Z's name even ended up in those Epstein files. According to documents released by the DOJ, Jay-Z's name appears in connection to an anonymous tip sent to the FBI. The tip reportedly came from a woman who claimed that back in 1996, she woke up inside Epstein's Florida mansion and said that both Harvey Weinstein and Jay-Z were in the room. That statement alone sent shockwaves across social media. Still, a lot of fans were quick to push back, saying there's no way Jay-Z was already running in those elite circles back in the mid-90s. But others aren't so sure anymore, especially with how many big names keep surfacing. But that whole argument misses the bigger picture completely. Sure, Jay-Z wasn't the billionaire powerhouse we know today, but let's be real, he wasn't some random guy off the block either. Even back then, Jay was already plugged into the right circles, surrounded by money, nightlife, and major industry players. Before the music empire blew up, he was already running in spaces that those big-time execs found very interesting and useful. And don't forget, Diddy himself was brought into the game by heavy hitters like Clive Davis. So the idea that Jay-Z couldn't have crossed paths with Hollywood insiders way back then, that's not as far-fetched as people make it sound. Plus, people tend to skip over one major detail. Jay-Z and Harvey Weinstein were extremely close years later, and that connection raises a whole new set of questions. A clip just resurfaced that has people talking non-stop. It shows Harvey Weinstein literally stepping in during an interview right after a reporter asked Jay-Z a question about Trump. The whole moment was tense and super awkward. Jay looked completely off guard, almost like he didn't know what he was allowed to say. And then Weinstein swooped in fast, almost like he was Jay's handler or gatekeeper. It was strange, to say the least. Now sure, that doesn't prove anything about what supposedly happened back in 1996, but it definitely shows one thing. Jay-Z already had serious access to high-level industry circles around that time, and that's why people are watching the pattern closely. Jay-Z was publicly close with R. Kelly, Diddy, and Harvey Weinstein for years, all men who later ended up as convicted offenders. That list alone has fans wondering if these connections were just coincidences or something deeper.
In your thoughts on Donald Trump and what it means for mass incarceration?
You know what? This is a labor of love for Jay, and as a result, he's my friend. We're here to talk about that and nothing else.
Well, then can I ask you about mass incarceration? And do you think the movement is... Okay.
So, are we really supposed to believe that Jay-Z had no clue what any of those guys were up to behind the scenes? That it's all just one big coincidence that so many men in his inner circle later got exposed as predators? Come on, that's a hard story to buy. The pattern is way too strong for people to just brush off. And when it comes to Harvey Weinstein's connection with Jeffrey Epstein, that's not even up for debate. It's all on record. Their friendship was well documented for years before either of them got publicly exposed. They ran in the same elite circles, attended the same private parties, and mixed with the same powerful names long before their scandals ever hit the headlines. Epstein and Weinstein were even photographed together at several high society events, including that now infamous royal celebration for Princess Beatrice's birthday at Windsor. That's the kind of company they kept, and it's no wonder people are asking how deep those ties really went. And their connection didn't stop at fancy parties or red carpet events. It ran way deeper than that. Back in 2003, Epstein and Weinstein were actually part of a small investment group that tried to buy New York Magazine. The deal eventually fell apart, but that move showed just how close they really were. This wasn't just social mingling, it was real business. They were teaming up on serious money plays, which proves their relationship went way beyond casual friendship. And it gets even more disturbing. Reports say Epstein used his connection with Weinstein to impress young women and allegedly even pressured Weinstein to put one of his victims in a horror film produced by Weinstein's company. According to a report from the Daily Beast, Epstein considered Weinstein a close friend and frequently invited him to his Paris apartment. That's not just business or coincidence. That's a deep, calculated connection that leaves a lot of unanswered questions. New York publicist R. Corey Hay told the Daily Beast, "It wouldn't surprise me if Weinstein and Epstein felt a kinship through their immoral character traits, that they had some kind of instant symbiotic relationship because of their evil ways." That statement hit hard. If Epstein and Weinstein really bonded through that kind of twisted connection, the question now is, where does Jay-Z fit into all of this? Epstein and Weinstein were clearly tight, their connection solid and well documented, so Jay-Z's proximity to them is raising even more eyebrows. People can't ignore that resurfaced clip of Weinstein stepping in like Jay's personal handler during that interview, and it just so happens that was the same time Weinstein was out here traveling and socializing with Epstein. With those timelines overlapping so neatly, people are now connecting the dots, and what they're seeing doesn't look good. The pattern feels way too deliberate to dismiss as coincidence. And let's not forget, back in 2016, Jay-Z actually signed a major film and TV first look deal with the Weinstein Company. That partnership led to several big projects being planned together. And here's the wild part. All of this happened just months before the Weinstein allegations blew up publicly. The Me Too movement didn't explode until 2017, but inside the industry, people had already been whispering for years about Weinstein's behavior. Everyone knew something was off. They just stayed quiet. So once again, we're staring at the same old pattern. Jay-Z spent years side by side with men who later faced serious criminal charges: R. Kelly, Diddy, and Harvey Weinstein. And yet the public narrative keeps painting him as completely unaware. It's getting harder and harder for people to believe that he had no clue what was happening all around him.
Names that I want to call: Alex Spiro, Desiree Perez, and the whole wicked system of Roc Nation, including you, Jay-Z. Yes. You who say you rose from the gutter, but you have traded and bartered the souls of young men, and you're still doing it.
Now, let's make one thing crystal clear. This isn't about throwing out accusations or making wild claims, but it definitely makes people stop and think. Why does Jay-Z keep ending up surrounded by men with this kind of track record? Sure, plausibility isn't proof, and there's no verified evidence that Jay-Z ever set foot inside Epstein's mansion, but public perception doesn't work on courtroom logic. When the same type of disturbing allegations keep circling around the same person, people are naturally going to start asking questions. And that's exactly what's happening online right now. The internet is buzzing with disbelief, and a lot of people aren't buying that this is all just coincidence. One user on X even went viral for posting, "Jay-Z is an evil billionaire just like all the rich white men y'all claim to hate, but since he's married to Beyoncé, y'all ignore it. The man's been friends with Diddy for decades." That post alone lit up the timeline, and it shows just how divided people are about what's really going on behind the scenes. Now, the conversation online is only getting louder. People are pulling receipts, connecting timelines, and digging through old interviews like detectives. Every clip, every photo, every business deal Jay-Z ever had is being re-examined under a microscope. Some users are pointing out how often Jay's name seems to brush up against controversy, while others are rushing to defend him, saying he's just guilty by association. But the truth is, public opinion is shifting fast. For years, Jay-Z was seen as untouchable, a business genius who rose from the streets to billionaire status. Now, people are questioning whether that climb came with darker connections that no one wanted to talk about. The energy around his name feels different this time, more suspicious, more intense, and full of people demanding answers that no one seems ready to give.
What's wild is how the internet isn't letting this one fade away. Every day, new threads and videos are popping up dragging old moments from Jay-Z's past back into the spotlight. Fans are split right down the middle. Some are defending him fiercely, saying people are just trying to tear down another successful black mogul, while others are convinced there's way more to the story than what's being told. And that's where things get messy, because when silence meets suspicion, people fill in the blanks themselves. Jay-Z hasn't publicly addressed his name being tied to the Epstein files yet, and that quiet is only adding fuel to the fire online. Whether he's staying silent on purpose or just waiting for the noise to die down, it's clear that the pressure's building fast, and the world's watching to see if he finally breaks his silence. At this point, it's not just gossip blogs talking. Mainstream outlets are starting to circle the story too, watching every move Jay-Z makes. His team has stayed completely silent. No statements, no interviews, nothing. And that's only making the speculation grow louder. People are asking why someone who's always been quick to speak on social issues suddenly has nothing to say when it comes to his own name being linked to something this serious. Meanwhile, the streets and social media are buzzing non-stop. Some say Jay's laying low to protect his empire. Others think he's strategizing behind the scenes with lawyers and PR teams to clean up the mess before it explodes. But one thing's clear. The longer he stays quiet, the more people start to believe there's something he doesn't want to face. The tension around his silence feels electric, and everyone's waiting for that next big move. And the pressure's only building stronger by the day. Every new name from those Epstein files drags the spotlight right back to Jay-Z, and the whispers are turning into full-on conversations across podcasts, panels, and social feeds. Even people in the industry, folks who usually stay silent, are starting to hint that things behind the scenes aren't as clean as they seem.
Official, Jay-Z has been named in the Epstein files. Now, it is being said in the files that a girl was abducted in 1996, and when she awoke, she was in the presence of Weinstein and Jay-Z, aka Sean Carter. And if you guys want to check for yourselves, this was released by the FBI. Now, it says in the files here that it's believed that she was abducted around 7 times, and every time she woke up, she was basically in like a new scenery. Now, this is new information that just came out today, and I'm personally still stunned and gagged myself, but am I shocked? No. Nicki's been telling y'all that this man is horrible. People in the industry have been saying Jay-Z is just like Diddy, but sneakier. I genuinely don't think y'all understand how much of a shift this is going to make in the music industry with him being named in the Epstein files with all the power he has. Jay-Z's going down. I just know all the Jay-Z defenders feel real stupid right now. Y'all was calling Nicki Minaj crazy and saying, oh, she's losing her mind. She's a schizophrenic. Jay-Z ain't trying to do nothing to her. Now this man name on the Epstein files. What the girls gotta say? Because y'all didn't believe anything, not even just when it came to Nicki Minaj, but anything any artist had to say in regards to Jay-Z. Y'all took it for a joke. And now he's in the files. Y'all let me know what y'all thinking in the comments. This is absolutely sick and insane.
Some insiders claim that certain big players are scrambling to distance themselves from Jay, quietly unfollowing him online and cutting ties in business circles. Others say this could be the beginning of a massive fallout that exposes more than anyone's ready for. The tension is real, because if even a fraction of these rumors turn out to have weight, it could shake the entire music industry to its core. Everyone's watching closely, wondering who's going to speak next or who's about to disappear from the spotlight completely. And just when people thought the buzz might calm down, boom, it gets even wilder. New discussions are popping up about how deep these celebrity networks really go, and Jay-Z's name keeps coming up like it's stitched into every conversation. People are comparing timelines, matching photos, and noticing how often the same faces show up at the same secretive events. Some folks online are saying this could be the start of something way bigger, like the industry finally being forced to face its darkest connections. Others think powerful people are already working overtime to bury everything before it gets out of control. Either way, Jay-Z's silence has turned into a thunderstorm of questions. The mystery, the timing, the patterns, it's all too much to ignore now. And the craziest part? Everyone can feel that this story is far from over. People online aren't holding back anymore. One user wrote, he worked with R. Kelly after the Aaliyah situation. His name's in the Epstein files, and there's more. Wake up. Another added, Diddy, Weinstein, Epstein, R. Kelly. At some point, you've got to admit Jay-Z's not just unlucky, something's off. The comments are getting intense, and the theories are flying non-stop. So now, it's your turn. What do you think about Jay-Z's name showing up in the Epstein files? And how do you feel about his long-standing connection to Harvey Weinstein? Was it all just business moves, or do you think something darker was happening behind the scenes? Drop your thoughts and theories in the comments below. Don't hold back, and make sure to hit that subscribe, like, and notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next, because the next video dives even deeper into this unfolding chaos.